What's up everybody, it's your boy Vini, hope you're doing awesome. I'm back with another Serum tutorial and today we're making a Pluck bass in Serum. It's a very mainstream type of bass in EDM or electro, but it can be used in a lot of genres. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. In all my Serum tutorials, you will find a preset link in the description, but I highly suggest you follow along so you can understand why I move the knobs and you can get better at sound design yourself. As always, let's start from the inlet preset. I approach this sound by using oscillator A as the bass foundation. Oscillator B acts as a kind of detuned high-end layer, which makes the sound more interesting. So for the solid bass foundation of this sound, let's go into the digital wavetables and select perfect SQ steps. We're going to use a square wave as our bass. Bring down the octave by 2 and move the wavetable position from 1 to 2. Let's add a filter on this, make it affect both oscillators, and I use MG low 24, bring it down. This is sounding pretty good as a bass foundation, so let's move on to oscillator B. For oscillator B, let's go in digital wavetables again and select harmonic series. I've experimented with this one quite a lot recently and it sounds really interesting. I recommend you try it out. For this one, let's bring it down 1 octave and move the wavetable position to 6. Both of these wavetables are super sensitive to moving the wavetable position because of how they were imported in Serum. Experiment with it. Once you're familiar with the sound, you can get some pretty interesting stuff going on. So as you can hear, we have a pretty good bass sound. Now we want to create that pluck kind of effect. In order to do so, what we'll do is we'll link the LFO to the cutoff of the filter. Let's bring the cutoff frequency all the way down and shape the LFO so it's just a downward slope. By selecting the middle point right here, just bring it down a little so you can get that kind of percussive sound at the beginning. And there you have it, you got the bass pluck going on. Congratulations on making it this far, you deserve a gif of a happy dog. This curve right here is the most powerful tool you have to shape your sound. The LFO has basically become the ADSR envelope. You can disregard these knobs right here and just use this or the attack of your LFO to shape the ADSR of the sound. The second most powerful tool is the amount of modulation. So using this little U icon and dragging up or down, you can change that. Use the amount of modulation, so this green circle around the knob and the LFO shape to really shape the sound to your liking. What I do at this point is make the sound velocity sensitive. Percussive sounds like this really benefit from being affected by the MIDI velocity. I have a video that can show you how to make Serum velocity sensitive. You can find it right here, along with multiple tips to improve your quality of life when you're using this amazing synth. More of an advanced trick, you can click on this thing right here and select sync half window. And what this does is it transforms the sound from being this soft sine into having a bit more grittiness to it. It's almost as if it creates a harmony inside one oscillator, and you can also automate this thing for great effect. A really cool effect you can add is in the effects tab, the hyper dimension effect, to make it sound wider, a bit out of phase, metallic. It's really cool. Activate the effect, raise the unison value to 7 and the mix all the way up. Now young Padawan, listen up because I'm going to show you how powerful macros in Serum can be. First of all, the sound is now louder because of this effect, so we can compensate against it in the macro. Second of all, it makes it way easier to adjust the effects straight from the oscillator tab. So let's create that macro. Double click right here to rename it, and we'll name it Hyper Mix. Now let's link the macro to the mix of the hyper effect. Turn the mix all the way down and the amount all the way up. Now we can adjust the hyper mix directly from this macro. Then what we'll do is go in the matrix tab, select the macro number 1, The destination will be the global amplitude of the synth. Let's bring that down perhaps 10%. We'll adjust if need be. So what's happening right now is when we push the macro knob to 100%, we're making the hyper effect mix 100%, but we're also reducing the global volume by 10% to compensate. When you're doing a macro like this and you realize that it makes the sound noticeably louder, I suggest you always use this technique. That way you can always check if your processing is making the sound better and not just louder. Our ears naturally perceive louder as being better, so it's very important that you gain stage properly. It's cool to know you can also automate this macro and it'll keep the hyper wet and the global amplitude being decreased at the same time. So that's going to be it for the Pluck bass, guys. Hopefully you're liking the sound. If you download the preset pack, have a look at the 3 basses I included, see what you like, see what you don't like, experiment with the sound so you can shape them into your own. And as always, you can go on my channel to find multiple other Serum tutorials on quality of life, presets, some mixing tutorials as well. I will answer every single comment on this channel, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate. As always, have fun with the sounds, take it easy, and peace!